Hi folks, how we doing? Welcome to another weekly update. It's been quite a busy week. I actually had quite a lot going on, apart from Tuesday. Tuesday was a lazy day. I had to wait at home, annual sort of gas safety check on like my boiler and the cooker and everything else. The time that actually turned up, it was pointless coming down, so me and Michelle just chilled out all day. It was quite nice. Monday I fixed the shelf in the paint cupboard behind it, that thing. I had to modify one of the shelves because it was too big, and where I'd done it, it's now slightly, it was slightly too small for the original like, sort of clip-on bracket things. So I had to make some new brackets, sort that out. Didn't take long. Made some templates, and then I made a repair piece for the floor pan on the red Escort. I'll show you that in a minute. But I've mostly been doing the batch of panels that I'm trying to sell. So hold on. Yeah, mostly been doing these. So I finished off. Now they're all completely done, other than them two over there, which wide plasma cut, and they've got slight intrusions in them, so I had to scrap two of them. But yeah, I finished off sort of sanding them all out. That took a while, getting them all sanded. Then, sort of as you can see, I've gone through and started drilling all the holes. What I did on these, on this pile, this original pile, I actually marked out every single hole, pilot drilled them, and then I went through, and I'd actually started to do the 20mm hole, and it was just taking forever. And I actually come up with this idea of using just nut and bolt everything in. So now these actually just clip in. So yeah, every single one of them, that clips in, then I'll clamp it down, and then every single one of them's the same. It takes a while setting it up, but it's so much quicker than trying to centre that, then clamp it to drill every single hole. So as you can see, I've just got to go through, that's 15mm bit, do all of these 6, and then I'll file them out to the oval that they're supposed to be. I'm going to get these holes drilled now. I've just got to finish off this batch. Probably take me about an hour to drill all that lot out with that set up, and then I'm going to leave it because I really want to be doing that today. So as I say, earlier on in the week I made this panel, which will go in there and sort all that out. So yeah, this is what I plan on doing today. I'll get that cut out, get that in. I really want to try and get the actual inner seal back on. So I need to, this bit at the back's got to be done, but I've made all the panels already. So there's the bit for underneath the front, as you've seen before. Yeah, so now I've made all the bits, it should go together relatively quickly, he says. But yeah, this is my plan for today, working on this. I've got a new welder turning up today as well. Yeah, I've got a new welder turning up today. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided to, I don't really know why, but he went out and bought himself another welder. Well, obviously I've been borrowing his one for a little while now, when my other one went pop. Yeah, so he's gone out and bought himself another welder, even though he doesn't need it, doesn't use it. And now he wants to sell the one that I'm borrowing to then recover the costs. He won't do me a decent deal on it. He thinks they're worth like 200 quid, but it's got faults. It's actually a bag of crap, to be fair, and there's no way I was paying 200 quid for it. So I managed to get a decent deal on an Artec one. I didn't have the money. I've had to borrow it from Michelle's daughter, so thank you very much, Sophie, if you're watching this. I really do appreciate it. I'm not going to talk too much about the welder, so I'll do a proper unboxing for it. They've managed to do me a decent deal. They've thrown in some promotional stuff. They couldn't sponsor me completely, you know, I'm still quite a small channel, but they have sorted me out with some extra bits, so keep an eye out for that unboxing video. I don't know whether I'll do it today or not. It depends sort of how quickly I get things moving. Well, and when I get them holes done, I need to modify that seal. Yeah, the inner seal, I've got to modify it a little bit before I fit it. I've got to put an extra piece on. Yeah, that's my plan. And then I'm going to go take that welder back. So I'm not going to be all day. I've got to take the welder back tonight and then pick Ellie up. So I'm going to stop rambling on, and I'm going to crack on and get all them bloody holes drilled. In further news, we've had to barricade our kitchen. I can't remember whether I actually introduced these or not, but we have ferrets. So this one is Daisy. This is Daisy Horton. And then that one, the fat one, is Wayne Reynolds. The hell away. We called him Wayne Reynolds because he always eats.
It's fat.
And he's fat. So yeah, we got them as babies and they've been slowly growing. And they were sort of just kept in there. We did have it as a whole sort of like pen in here. But then they kept jumping over, hence that little piece there. And then we sort of just give up and just went stuff it, just let them run around the kitchen. And then, yeah, they was climbing up there, all over Michelle's work. Was yeah, all over the kitchen. So yeah, we've had to cobble this together for the minute. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Tiff loves them. They play all together and she mothers them. Yeah, Michelle's currently doing work. She's doing stuff for dead people. Yeah, that's about it really. And drill holes. Right, all the holes are drilled in the other panels, so now I want to crack on with this. So this is what I was saying about it needs modifying at the end. This is obviously just a repair panel and it's designed to sort of sit inside. But the way I've sort of taken it apart, I need to sort of rectify this. So first job I need to do, straighten that edge out and then straighten this out a little bit as well. Make that panel there. The way I'm going to measure it, because there isn't really much to go from other than this tiny little step here, which is just on that hole. Yeah, just there. So I'm going to come from that step, measure it out. Obviously I'm not going to do the whole thing, I only want to sort of do it in here. And then, yeah, I'll just butt weld a little plate on and then I'll put some bracing on the back of it as well. Yeah, crack on with that. I had to have a bit of a change of plan from doing the car. I'll tell you about that in a little while, but currently drilling more holes on these panels. I thought I'd actually just show you how monotonous it is, because I'm bored stupid. Right, so I'm not sure whether I can actually do this with one hand, but I'll give it a go for you. So this is what I'm aiming for at the minute, is this second hole. I've gone through and I've pilot drilled them all. Drilling the pilot hole wasn't too bad, I can do that just by hand. But I've moved my bolts around, I've had to make some new washers because they were quite long. So, that clips in there and we get there's a little bit of clearance on the back, there's a little bit of movement. That one's actually pretty good, but these are handmade, so there is discrepancies. So, swap hands. And that on that side. And that on that side. Quickly double check. Got a hole. Let it off. Clamp removal. Clamp removal. Swath off. On the pile, brush the bed off so it all sits flat, and repeat. Just sort of quickly explain why I'm using this edge to sort of set up. Like I said, you know, there are slight discrepancies with all of them because they're hand done, but this is an exposed edge, which means it was a finishing edge on the panel. This edge here is where it will weld to the car, so I'm not too worried about when I sort of made all of these. I spent a lot of time making sure this edge was perfect, this back edge didn't have to be too perfect, so making sure plus this edge as well, you know, this is a finishing edge. So yeah, this is why we've got the 3 points here. It still clamps up so it doesn't move, but because there's slight discrepancies, it has to be clearance, so I'm more concentrating on getting it tucked in here, so then all of these holes along here are the same, and they have to be perfect because these are actually drainage holes and they have to line up with the other panel as it sort of comes up. I'll show you in a bit. I'll crack on and get a load of these done, then I'll show you how it all sort of works. Alright, I managed that many. I still need to do them, but we're going to make a move, get this welder back. So I thought I'd show you this quick. yeah, this is basically how these panels will sit roughly. I haven't measured it out properly. So yeah, these are the drainage holes. You can see where, you know, it just sort of works on that angle there. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, this is why I had to be sort of pretty damn spot on. So when it's in the car, it all sort of lines up and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a weird day. There's the consumables that have turned up. I did. Hold on, let's come around here. Yeah, so I started working out the seal to modify this. I made a little template to. Just gotta. Where does it go? Goes that way. There we go. I'll get in there. Yeah, it goes like that, sort of. I don't want to be messing around putting all the shape in. There's quite a bit of shape in there already. I just need to extend it and get it roughly right. It's all hidden anyway. It's just there for strength. So yeah, that's quick. But then obviously that doesn't quite work with that because this is a pattern part. So what I decided to do was go to the car. I was like, right, okay, I need to put the seal into the car because it's got to come around here and it's got to meet up with. Where the bloody hell is it? Oh, it's on the floor. Oh. It's got to meet up with this and follow that angle round there. Right, sort of that, and then sort of stick out the bottom. So to get it in, I've got to do the back end. So I did start doing the back end. Yeah, start cutting this bit out to get that other panel in. There it is. That bit that I've already made. Yeah, I started cutting it out, sort of trying to keep all the dimensions there, and then that's when like all hell broke loose. So when I say all hell broke loose, well, it's probably an over exaggeration. Like I said earlier in the video, you know, I was waiting for delivery of my new welder, and then the consumables turned up, which I literally just showed you. The welder didn't turn up. I was like, oh. Wanted the tracking app, find out what's going on. It says part of your part of the delivery is we've delivered part of your consignment or whatever. I can't remember the terminology, but it didn't have any more information of when the rest of it was coming. So I phoned them up. So yeah, like good half hour, probably 40 minutes on hold, speaking to the chap. To be fair, the chap was actually brilliant, you know, on DHL. He was like, I was probably on the next van. I was like, well, it doesn't make sense. I've come from the same company, it's the exact same order. You know, it's not like I've ordered a load of different things. And then he was just like, okay, let me track it down. I'll find the delivery driver. Okay, so he did that. And he was like, he hasn't got it. Find another delivery driver, hasn't got it. So another, Christ knows how long, it felt like 4 million years sat on hold while he's trying to do something. Turns out my welder is in Wales. No idea, absolutely no idea why I have welding wire and my welder is in Wales. So yeah, all hell broke loose, just like there was nothing I could do. So the time I'd actually got off the phone wasn't really much more I could do to the car because we have to leave pretty soon. Plus I'd sort of lost the will to live, so I just set that up and carry on drilling holes. I will say though, I've been speaking to William and Jason from Iron Horse Garage. They've been keeping me amused, keeping me giggle. We're looking at doing a collaboration video. I'm not going to mention anything yet because I don't know whether we can do it. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't seen Iron Horse Garage, go check them out. Their link is in the description. They are part of the Arco group, the same as Glenn that I mentioned last week. The Arco group. I said that as like some sort of medical thing, didn't I? The Arco group. If you have syphilis, go to the Arco group. If you have herpes or craps, speak to the Arco group. Please call 1-800. You kill them or we grill them. Oh, never mind. We'll come back to that. Oh dear. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is it the Arco Group or is it the Arco Corporation? You know, he's trying to own everything. Michelle's sort of stood over there now, just giggling away. She had to go outside. It's Arco Corporation. That sounds like some military thing.
He's going to take over the world.
He's took over Minnesota.
Love you, Arco.
he's got corners. What was it? Napa and was it Idaho? I think. I don't know what swear it is. And New Zealand. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, we're off on a tangent. Yeah, it's been one of them days. So, yeah, I've got to call it done for this video because I've got to go drop this welder back off to my brother. And then I've got to go pick up the sprog. So, hopefully I'm doing this right because it's the first time I'm doing it. If you look over here, you can subscribe to my channel. Should be a big bubble here. If you look over here, there should be a couple of tabs for watching some other videos that I have out. Please check in the description box below. Check out all my friends, and I'll speak to you next time.